I'm Atika Chowdhury for AsianCultureVulture.com, and our first guest today at the Jaipur Literature Festival is none other than, she's a writer, she's an actress. I could list the names, I'm not going to, I'm going to let her do that. It's Meera Syal. Thank you so much for joining us. How are you?
I'm really well. I'm having a great time. This is gorgeous, isn't it?
It is lovely, but why are we wearing jumpers?
These are some of my purchases in Jaipur, because I've spent most of my 2 days before the festival. I did all my shopping, so...
Wow.
Yeah.
What have you found in Jaipur? What have you liked about Jaipur?
Oh, it's a shopper's paradise, honestly. You need to come up with an empty case or buy another one, which I might have to do. It's the jewellery, the fabrics, the clothes, the artwork, and it's such a really stunningly beautiful city architecturally. So one of the little jewels of Rajasthan, of the whole country actually. It's really worth visiting.
Right, I'm glad I'm here and I've got to meet you. Not in London, but in Jaipur.
In Jaipur, yeah.
You know, you've travelled all the way, obviously, for a reason. You are here for the first literary festival, and your book is here. And tell us a bit about your book. I mean, I haven't personally read it, but I know it's to do with surrogacy, based in India. Is that right?
Yes, my book is called The House of Hidden Mothers. It came out in England about 6 months ago, and it's just out in India. And it's, the broad theme is surrogacy, which is a very hot topic at the moment. So it's about a British Indian woman called Shama, who's 48, and she's been married once before. She has a teenage daughter, and she's finally fallen in love, the love of her life, who's a much younger Englishman called Toby. They are desperate for a child. The only option available to them is surrogacy. So Shama and Toby travel to India and hire a surrogate called Mala, who's a very poor woman from a rural village in Punjab. And the book is really about the relationship between the two women and the power balance between them and how that shifts. It's part thriller as well.
So what inspired you to do this subject? I know you said it's topical, but was there a reason behind this, besides that?
Well, I was really fascinated by the central relationship from two women from opposite sides of the world who hold the key to each other's dreams. Mm-hmm. And for that 9-10 months, they are locked together. They both need each other. And also, I just thought that I wanted to sort of explore the human story behind surrogacy, because there are lots of facts and figures about it. It's a very hot topic. But actually, what is it really like to carry a child for someone else who has to give it up? What is it really like? What is the guilt you feel, as Shama does, about doing that, when she's very conflicted? On the one hand, she's desperate for a child. On the other hand, she recognises the reason that she can afford this is that surrogacy is so cheap in India.
Yes.
That's why it's the biggest surrogacy industry in the world. So it's a very complex emotional issue. And also, I really wanted to make Mala the surrogate as complex and strong, as intelligent as Shama. She just hasn't had the opportunities. So you should feel when you read the book that if Mala had Shama's life, she too would be a successful, powerful woman. But as with so many women, our potential isn't explored, it's wasted, or because of society's circumstances, somebody like Mala does not get to fulfill her potential. So this, for Mala, is a chance to change her life.
Sounds very fascinating. I mean, did you do research on this? Did you meet any women who had gone through this?
I did a lot of research. I met quite a few doctors, obviously, and I met a couple in Britain who are British Indian who had 2 children by surrogates. Both very different experience. The first experience was terrible. Very corrupt clinic, lots of issues really. I mean, there are some horror stories, and they went through quite a lot. And their second experience was completely different. It was actually a very joyful experience and well handled. So that to me just told me quite a lot about how different it can be. And because there's no international surrogacy laws, there's no standards, that's where there are loopholes for the women to be exploited
So hopefully your book might inspire people to sort of sort that out.
Well, something has to be done. I mean, I don't know if you know, but there's a law going through Indian Parliament at the moment.
Yes.
It's being debated, and if that goes through, then it will hugely change the surrogacy market. It will limit surrogacy to only Indian heterosexual married couples, which effectively will cut out about 90% of the industry. So that's a huge bill. So that's how the Indian government are choosing to handle it. I think the bigger picture is surrogacy is happening in many countries all over the world, and the huge problem is there is no agreement between any of the countries, and that really has to be sorted out.
A lot of work to be done, but you are here having fun, and you're at your first literary festival. I mean, what do you think, and how important are festivals like this for writers like yourself?
Well, it's really pleasing when, particularly as my book is half set in India, I'm really fascinated to know how it's going to be received in India. But as with all literary festivals, the joy of it is that you get to meet your readership.
Yeah.
And you get to meet other amazing writers and hear them talk. So it gives you access to people that you don't even know by name on a book cover, and that's fantastic.
So who are you looking forward to seeing here?
Margaret Atwood, obviously.
Yeah.
Anuradha Roy, who's Sleeping with Jupiter, is wonderful, but that's just come out. Sunjeev Sahota, Karan Johar is launching a book here. There's so many people.
Yeah.
William Dalrymple, obviously, who's the founder, who's doing quite a few talks. Stephen Fry is here.
Yes, he is. Nice to see some British talent all the way from England.
Yeah,
here.
there's quite a few. I mean, it's a totally international festival, and the other thing I really love about this festival is that it's free to the public.
That is true.
I think that's brilliant.
Yeah.
So anyone can come off the street who love books or just want to be around writers and imbibe some culture. And I think all festivals should be that way. You know, artists for everybody.
I agree. Meera Syal, thank you so much for joining us. Just before we go, I wanted to ask about, we're talking about books, but you've been acting. Any exciting things you're going to be doing in the coming years, next year? Like we were talking earlier on about your theatre production behind the Forever Beautiful, which is amazing. I mean, you did so well in that. I mean, round of applause. Hard work, not easy. I mean, are you looking to do anything soon?
Yes, I'm starting a Shakespeare production in April, which is in the West End, so I'll be doing that for, April to August.
Well, it's Shakespeare's 400th birthday this year, isn't it?
Yes.
So is it linked with that?
Well, it's part of a Shakespeare season. It's a Kenneth Branagh season that's going on in the West End in London, so I'll be doing one of the Shakespeare plays there.
I was going to ask you, what do you enjoy doing, acting or writing? What do you prefer?
I really like having both. I think one feeds the other. I hope that being an actor has made me a better writer and vice versa, because you read scripts all the time, you come to know what's good dialogue, what's good character motivation. You learn as much from reading a bad script as you do from a good one, actually. So, I like the solitude of writing sometimes. I like the intimacy of that process, but I think if I did that all the time, it's quite lonely. So I love being able to, having been holed up at my computer for months, to then go out and be part of a huge bunch of people on stage. It's a lovely contrast.
You're lucky. You have a great job. Someone would envy.
I say thank you every day. I'm very lucky.
Well, on that note, thank you, Meera Syal. Thank you so much for joining us. It's a pleasure to meet you finally, and look forward to seeing you soon.